How's it going, everybody? I just got back from protesting. As you can tell, my hair's a little bit crazy here, but I got some really good footage. We have to get out and protest. We have to get out and vote. In Rock Island, we have a vote coming up on Tuesday. We need to be out there. You're going to see plenty of people talking about that, advocating for voting in this video. Got a lot of footage. There was a lot of energy, and this is how it happens. This is how we overturn this ridiculous craziness from these right-wing evangelical justices. They don't have a place in the Supreme Court. Many of them were put there by somebody that didn't even have the popular vote, but still got the presidency anyway. They were there and groomed for years and years through various evangelical, projects to go over and try to overturn Roe v. Wade. This has been going on for 50 plus years. This started in the late 70s and early 80s. And today, they finally were able to say they were able to overturn in many states Roe v. Wade, or the access to safe abortion. So check out this footage and just be sure that wherever your election, voting is going on, you need to get out and vote. Period. That's the only way that you can beat this, is you have to get out and vote for representatives and especially senators that are going to put in legislation that federally protects the right to abortion. Period. There's no other way out of this. You have to hold these representatives and these legislators accountable. And if they don't do what we need them to do, if they're just trying to compromise, there's no compromise with the religious right. They have been doing this for 50 years. They are on the scent of blood. They are going to not stop at Roe. They're going to continue taking away our fundamental rights. Enough is enough. This needs to stop. Check it out.
1,000 women die per year in our nation, just our nation alone, from unsafe abortion. This is affecting our women of color, our indigenous women, and our Latino women. This is a war on that. There are some states that it doesn't matter if it is rape or incest. You are still denied access to a safe abortion. Keep abortion safe and legal. That's for abortion. You get an abortion. You get an abortion. Everybody should have access to safe, legal abortion.
I'm here to protect women's and all people with uteruses rights. I'm here to protest against the Supreme Court of the United States, against all cishet men in government who want to take away these rights. That's what I'm here for.
So, what do you think we should do to fix this?
Talk to your local representatives. Contact them. Find their phone numbers, their emails, spam them. Come to protests like this. Stand up for what you believe in. Talk to your family members. Talk to your friends. Spread awareness. Advocate. Even if you're not one with a uterus, advocate for those you know that are.
So how does this affect you personally?
It affects me personally because I have a mom. I have family members who have uteruses. I have plenty of women in my family that I stand for. I have friends that I stand for. While I may not have a uterus myself, I will stand up proudly with everyone who does.
So do you think they're going to stop with Roe?
What? Can you repeat that?
Stop with Roe, or are they going to keep going?
I think as of right now, they're trying to actively stop Roe. And yes, it has been overturned. But it is also our power as a people to speak against that. If they're not talking for the rule of the majority, we, the majority, need to speak up on that. we need to tell them that they're not representing what we really want.
Do you have any final thoughts?
Yeah, my final thoughts, men in office who want to have any say over a woman's uterus, over their body, should really reevaluate on their family members, their friends that they know, how they would feel if people wanted to restrict the rights that they had on their bodies. How would you feel if you had a daughter who couldn't get the access to the health care they needed to stay alive, to keep their child alive if they choose to, or to have a life if they get an unwanted pregnancy? I just want the politicians to think about that for a minute.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm here to protest the right to abortion being overturned by the Supreme Court.
And do you think they're going to stop at Roe?
No, absolutely not. As a queer person, I can see my rights as someone who's born a woman, someone who is queer, just being stripped away.
So what do we do to fix it?
For now, we're protesting, we contact our representatives, we let our voices be heard. Because we can't have this future for our children, for our grandchildren.
Any final thoughts?
I just hope more people join the fight.
And I talked to some of my team today, and they talked about how they felt. It sounded as if they're disillusioned, and they lost hope a little bit, which again broke my heart. And she asked me, why do we vote? We had the highest turnout last year in the president's campaign. We're energized, we're out here, and I had a reminder. It's important to vote, although what we happened today, because bad people stay consistent. This was a 50-year plus effort. It didn't happen last month when it leaked. They strategically and intentionally moved toward this effort. And I had a reminder that good people don't do that, unfortunately. Good people disengage often. And good people disengage when it seems things are going well. And so I had to nudge her a little bit and remind her that we all, as good people, need to stay engaged. Need to ask the hard questions. Not only vote, but run for offices. Because until we do that consistently, we'll have decisions like this made, send us back 50, 100 years. And so I want you all to stay engaged, hug your families, as I will hug my sisters, my nieces. But above that, I'm going to fight for you. And I'm going to fight to the very end. If you know me, I don't care who is across the table. I don't care the opposition. I don't care how realistic one may say it could be. Because when you look at my history and my family's history, we are some fighters. So I want you to fight with us down as we continue on the Springfield. We're not going back to Illinois. It's not going to happen. Let's stay engaged. Let's build together. And let's love each other.
I know you didn't have a lot of time.
They make time with the This morning was a bad morning. Simple. I have sisters. I have nieces. And I know better than that men should not be making decisions for women. And beyond that, as a state representative candidate, someone who believes in women and their freedoms, their rights. When I woke up this morning, I got the news and I got a message from my members of my team, and I learned that this was happening, and we were asked to come. It was a no-brainer because real people only have real people power when we're together, and when we fire it up together. And so, as someone who is looking to represent peoples, who is on the same line, I would say, as people here, it's my duty to let people know that not only will I show up, but I'm going to show up with action in mind from a listening perspective, but an active perspective. And so it's very important to be here.
So what do you recommend that, besides being out here, what should we do to try to overturn this?
Well, one, we got to stay engaged. As I said before, we can't decide when we want to engage behind certain issues. Because as I said before, bad people, evil people are going to stay engaged all the time. And so we need good people to always be engaged. So that does mean voting. That may mean running for office. Because we're talking about laws here. We're not talking about ordinances that you do at your job, right? These are laws prescript that are sent down from legislators. And so we need to have legislators who believe in real people, and we need real people who are going to hold legislators accountable by their vote. And you don't hold them accountable by not voting. We have a strange misconception that we're going to hold people who we don't agree with, who has a certain amount of influence behind certain desks that make decisions about our lives, that if we don't vote, we're protesting them. And that's not what we're doing. And so that's how we can do this.
Any final thoughts, sir?
I just want everybody to hug their loved ones a little closer tonight, because as I said before, Clarence Thomas, he said it very clearly what the intentions are. They're starting here, and then they're going to go to same-sex marriage. They might try to tap into interracial marriage, and then what they're going to do, what's going to happen next. And so this is not just this has been part of the strategy for a long time. This has been in the making. It has happened today. And so hug your loved ones. Don't become discouraged and become disengaged. Be discouraged, but engage because of that. And love everybody.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
I want everybody to be me. I'm living my best life ever. But I have a little girl here, my 10-year-old daughter, Gabriella. I have a couple older daughters. I have my wife. We're not going to let this stand. This will not stand. Illinois has done a wonderful job of protecting women's reproductive rights. But if you go right across the river over there, the assault is never ending. It's not just there. We need, as Democrats, to start fighting the same way Republicans do.
Yes.
We have a judicially activist Supreme Court that values guns over women.
Yes.
And it's got to stop. No more. We have to tell senators like Kristen Sinema and Joe Manchin that the filibuster needs to go. We need to expand this court. We need to do the same things that they're doing. If we don't, the future is bleak, everybody. So I plan on going to Springfield. And just as Thurgood said, I'm not letting anybody stop me on this journey. I'm going to Springfield. And we're going to take our message and all the success we're making in Springfield, and we're going to go to Des Moines, and we're going to go to South Carolina, and we're going to go to Missouri, and we're going to start a movement across this country to make sure that women's reproductive rights are protected all over the damn country. This here is my mother, it's Shirley Hunter. She died at 33 years old. And when she left this world, she had no idea what was going to become of her 3 children. That is not going to happen to any other families. It can't happen to any other families. Thank you for coming out here tonight. Let's just continue to build this movement. Build this movement, build this movement. Thank you.
I'm here today to rally along with all the women here for reproductive rights for women. Across the entire United States, what the Supreme Court did today was unconscionable. They went against the will of the people, and for me, it's very personal. I lost my mother in July of 1972, 6 months prior to Roe v. Wade, due to preeclampsia, after she did not have an option. When she gave birth in April of 1971 to my little sister, she was told her she'd get pregnant again, she would die of preeclampsia. She found out she was pregnant again in January of 1972. She then went to New York, tried to get an abortion, where it was the only place you could, legally and safely. She was told she was too late. She came home with a death sentence. She spent her last 4th of July with us, having ice cream and fireworks. 8 days later, we lost her. So I'm here to honor her memory and to make sure that what happened to me as an 8-year-old boy never happens to any other 8-year-old boy.
What do you recommend that people try to do to get this overturned?
We need to We need to go after our United States Congress, our Senate in particular, Senators Sinema and Manchin. We need to waive this filibuster. We need to start fighting fire with fire, and I think we need to expand the Supreme Court. This Supreme Court has become judicially activist, and we just can't allow it anymore. They value guns over women, and the Supreme Court has lost control, and the people have to start taking control back of the Supreme Court.
Do you have any final thoughts?
No, that's it. I appreciate everybody for coming out here. This isn't the end, it's only a new beginning.
Why are you here today?
Because our constitutional right of abortion was actually taken away today, which is, I believe, the first time that constitutional rights were actually taken away from us. Despite the majority of the country wanting access to safe abortion, legal abortion.
So do you think they'll stop with this?
No, they absolutely will not stop with this. They're already talking of contraceptive and equality in marriage. If it'll be just gender equality, if it'll be racial equality, it's all a slippery slope at this point.
So what do we do to fix it?
Take to the streets, get angry, don't be complacent. That's what got us in this place. You have to vote, and it's broken, and it's a horrible system that they're making it even harder for people of color to vote. The odds are stacked against us intentionally, but we still have to. And if it doesn't work, burn the whole shit down.
To make my voice heard about abortion rights. Can you hear me?
So what are we going to do to fix it? What do you think?
I don't know what we're gonna do to fix it. We're kind of just going backwards. Like, I'm gonna write letters to everyone. I'm gonna do this stuff as often as I can. Just yell at people, man. That's not very eloquent, I'm sorry. Yeah.
So are they going to stop with Roe?
What?
Do you think they'll stop with Roe?
No, I know they won't. This is where it starts. This is how everything starts. Next, it's going to be like gay marriage, interracial marriage, all kinds of stuff. We're just heading for the Handmaid's Tale, and that's all that's going to happen.
Give it up for Greg one more time! We still have another speaker for you, and we actually just added one on. So we have 2 more speakers. Are you ready for them? Yeah! Give it up for the one, the only Angie Normal! Thank you all so much for being here tonight. This is so important. I spend my days going around the district talking to people. Today was a tough day. There are a lot of angry people, a lot of disappointed people, and there are a lot of tired people. And I will tell you right now, I'm pretty tired. I'm tired of explaining to my interns, most of whom are young women, as to how this could have happened again. I am tired of having to fight again for basic human health care. Abortion is health care. This is unacceptable. And I am tired of having to stand on corners to freeze. Greg and I were at an event in January, very cold, on the riverfront. I saw you there too, right? I am tired of coming to these types of events because of the decisions that other people are making. This is unacceptable. We need people to step up, to
to make a difference and to continue this incredibly important work. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. And one of the most important things you can do in the next few days, especially if you're an Illinois resident, is vote. You must vote. Get your friends, your neighbors, anyone that you can, get out and vote. And I will tell you, if you're an Illinois resident, you say, well, I'm not registered to vote. Not a problem. Bring 2 pieces of identification with your address on them. They don't have to have a picture or anything, just your address. We'll get you registered and you can vote at that time. It is not too late to make a difference. Get out and make your voice heard. Thank you.
Am I doing this right? Are you fired up? I can't hear you. Are you fired up? Louder! You might know me. I'm Eric Sorensen. I was your weatherman on Good Morning Quad Cities. This was not a good morning, Quad City. No. What happened today was absolutely the worst. We have to look at how it happened. It happened because this court is stacked. This court is stacked against us. So how do we get back? The way we get back is exactly what we're all doing today. It's standing up together as a community. And it's about standing up today for women. Let's hear it. I don't know about you, but I still can't tell you what the feelings are that I'm feeling today. Because I haven't figured it out yet. But you know what? We need to figure it out on Tuesday when we go and we make our voices count at the ballot box. Who here is going to vote? Who here is going to vote like their life depends on it? Who here is going to vote for women? Who here is going to vote for trans rights? Who here is going to vote for our community? Thank you all for being a part of this community and welcoming everyone a part of it. Thank you all.
We're all out here today to protest the overturning of Roe v. Wade. Shame on the SCOTUS. We are here because we believe that reproductive rights are fundamental rights. They are human rights. There's no going back. This is shameful after 50 years that we're still out here. And it's never going to be a question of whether wealthy white people are going to have access to safe abortions and safe health care. It disproportionately affects Black and brown women. It disproportionately affects poor women. The separation of church and state is real, and it needs to be put into action. This is a shameful day, and it's going to result in so many women dying. We vote. Every single person here needs to be registered to vote and talk to everyone of voting age. We need to make sure we thoroughly vet our candidates and make sure we know where they stand on reproductive rights. We can't stay silent. You need to take to the ballots, and we need to do it now, and we need to do it in droves. We also need to support our sisters in states where they don't have safe access to abortion, and we need to have open doors and homes and finances for those women who are making that choice right now. We're not going back.